Hi, I'm Drew, the product owner for Rum. This lesson is going to cover how we identify which groups of users are having the worst experience on your site. There are two features in the product that identify worst performers. The first one, which we covered in a previous video, shows you how to find the worst performing URLs, pages on your site, or the worst performers within a given group, as in the worst browsers or the worst ISPs, for example. To find the second and more robust way of finding worst performing groups of users on your site, click on the Significant Elements report in the left-hand menu column. Now that you have the report open, let's get acquainted with what we're looking at. What you're presented with are the 10 worst and best performing individual elements on your site for the given time period. The rankings are done using the impact factor. There are two different measurements to go into calculating what the impact factor is for a given element. The first number is the performance index, and this looks at the 50th percentile speed and also kind of takes into account consideration the size and shape of the distribution. We then augment that with volume, as in how many users from, say for example, a tablet hit your site during that period of time. This helps to remove noise and focus purely on the individual elements that are having the largest negative or positive impact on your overall site's performance. The bars on the left represent the poorest performers during the given period, and the bars on the right represent the best performers during the given period. The height of the bars is relative to the rest of the items shown on the chart. Often, however, we'll find that it's not just a single element that's the source of the problem. It's usually a combination of elements, what we refer to as a user segment, or a segment. This would be an instance where you've got someone operating on a given device with a given operating system experiencing significantly poorer speeds. To identify this segment, simply click on the primary element you'd like to start investigating. We will then rerun the analysis to see which additional elements are also having issues to start building up that user segment. In this instance, I can see smartphones as well as Android are having a significant issue. By clicking on them, I'm starting to build up an idea of what a user segment looks like. Now, if I want to understand the difference in performance between this identified segment, Android smartphones, and the rest of the population, I can click See Why. What this shows us are two different distributions. In this case, the blue ones representing everyone on the Android smartphone segment we identified, and the orange one showing everybody else. It very quickly and easily demonstrates how two different user populations are having a vastly different experience. To find out what to do with this information, be sure to watch How to Predict an Increase in Conversions for a Change in Performance, our next training video.